like any definitive commentary on it. It's just a, you know, fairly objective depiction of what we learned about the place.
Did you, when you learned about the place, how did you learn about the place in order to play?
My fear is that the film would become manipulative. And I think from the beginning we didn't want to make a film that's trying to manipulate the audience. And more importantly, there isn't propaganda. There's so much propaganda about Guantanamo Bay. If you show someone getting waterboarded, like, that's propaganda.
You know, she overcomes a lot and learns a lot, and is a really, like, fairly simple girl that, you know, becomes a very different person by the
That we couldn't dismantle Guantanamo Bay because there was too much. And she gets caught in this instead. She runs away from a guy she doesn't want to be with, and this is her adventure. She winds up in the worst possible place for her.
That scene, you know, he's offered me so much strength throughout the movie and sort of been something in an odd way that I could kind of like lean on, even if it's just like figuratively and in her mind, like fantasy. But she, you know, she's strong for him at the end, which is good. It's like it takes someone not, you know, just crying on the other end of the door. It takes somebody who's like,
Yeah.
It takes a steady nature to get someone through that, rather than.
It does, but I mean, you know, it's like.
I was not steady at first.
She.
Okay, so she's in this place. It's like this immovable. Pete always, I like love this combination of words, but it's like this immovable object. There's like so many questions that are. If there was an easy answer for it, nobody wants to be like a, you know, bad person. You know. If there was an easy answer,
Right.
it wouldn't exist. And you know, I think that she just doesn't want to be there anymore. You know, I think when she says, I don't think let the lion choose means like, oh, well, here's an easy answer for, it's like, well, let the detainees choose. I'm sure they'd want to go home. Just let them do that. But I think it's just like, you see something happening that's so animalistically wrong,
Right.
that like, you know, it's just, I think it's just another, even though that sounds declarative, even though it sounds like, you know, something she knows, that's something she just doesn't think a lot, she just feels a lot. And that is a very felt statement. That's, you know, it's something that I think every single person on, doesn't matter what opinion you have of Guantanamo, if you are, you know, being held there, guarding there, here reading a newspaper about it, like, pretty much everyone could hop on board with that statement.
I thought it also said
Around looking like they've got something inside of them, something really heavy, like, you know, looking like they've swallowed a ton of bricks. And I kind of just, I was like proud of her. You get to the end of the script and you're like, what fault? This is a problem that I have, and I'm actually getting better with it. But I'm obsessed with the first taste of something. Like I'm obsessed with just that first time something happens. You know, to repeat it. I only like repeating it if it felt false initially, and I can make it better, or I can get closer to that feeling that I got when I read a script. So basically, I watched Payman say these words for the first 3 times, and was just like a broken man. Like I was decimated. And then we turned around and it was an hour later and I did my side and I was like, I couldn't believe that was like.
It's a real hard thing.
And it's different, it changed the scene entirely. It was like I was.
Well, actually, it was interesting in hindsight because of it.
I want to go home, just let them do that. But I think it's just like, you see something happening that's so animalistically wrong,
Right.
that like, you know, it's just, I think it's just another, even though that sounds declarative, even though it sounds like, you know, something she knows, that's something she just doesn't think a lot, she just feels a lot. And that is a very felt statement. That's, you know, it's something that I think every single person on, doesn't matter what opinion you have of Guantanamo, if you are,
you know, being held there, guarding there, here reading newspaper about it, like, pretty much everyone could hop on board with that statement.
I thought it also said instinctively she was so ill-suited to this kind of work.